In this video, I'll be showing you how to create an off-road tracker. Here is actually an example of two of them. This one I created for my Jurassic Park team. As you can see, there's two different minifigures. One sits on top with weapons and one who is the driver. Here is the second one that I created, the same exact thing here. And we have the driver and the guy who actually shoots the weapon right there. This is the police version of it. So what we are going to be doing is showing you how to create one of those. And we are going to be using this one as the prime example of how to create it. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to actually do is take this apart. This is the fun part, of course. You guys can see I'm totally breaking this up. And we're going to be starting from scratch, building this whole thing. So there we go. Work it into different parts. So I took this apart just for you to see every single piece that you need to create this masterpiece, and we are going to construct this from the bottom up. Now keep this in mind, if you do even one step wrong, you will have to start all over because it is such a delicate creation. First thing is actually the base itself of this particular masterpiece, the ATV driver. So what he needs is an engine, so we're going to be putting it right there. Next after that, we're going to be putting the wheels right to it. There's the bottom wheel, and that's how you put it. You actually put it like this. You don't put it to the second piece right here. On the back, we're going to be putting the next wheel into it, but before we put the wheel, we're going to be putting this 4 round pieces right here. Right there. Let's put this, the wheels itself, and keep in mind, try to get wheels that look exactly like this. The fat ones right here, and the ones that have this thing that looks exactly like this. This is the piece that I actually like because it makes it stand out more. There is a different kind of wheel piece, but I'm not too fond of that, so we are not going to be using that. And this wedge has a motion to it. Most wedges like this have only 2 in here, but this one is extended. So try to find a piece that looks like this, because this is actually one of the most important pieces of this creation. You can see putting it right down. And now what it does, it allows us to actually enable this to move up or down, which is kind of cool. So here it is, it can go up, or when you move it, it's actually going to go a little bit like this, and it moves more down. So that's really the cool whole motion behind this ATV here. And the next thing you want to do is to get right in the back a room for the weapons. So here is what I'm using for the weapons themselves. So it's going to lead us and enable us to put any kind of weapon on the back of this ATV here. So the next thing you want to do is to put something that looks like this to stop it from closing all the way until here. Now, keep one thing in mind, that when you're going to be doing this, there's 2 ways to go about this. One, you can actually use something like this for the top where the guy actually sits in. Here is the seat, so he can actually have something to support himself like this, or you can use this smaller one as an alternative, and it's easier to find it. So this one goes right here, and the whole purpose of this one is to stop this from closing all the way. There we go, it just stops it right there. So it doesn't have the full range of motion, but you can take it out and customize it if you don't like it. Here is the top one here. And now we're building the front of this awesome item. Now there's 2 ways for you to go about this. One, you can actually put springs into it, like a spring-loaded springs. And we're going to make it very similar to the one right here. As you can see, he has the springs right there. So that's one option. But if you don't like the springs themselves, what you can do is create an alternative version, which looks like this. Here's the alternative one. everything likes to fly out of this creation. There we go. And that's how I want it to look like. So after we did this, we're going to be putting the front part to it. There. So over here you have two choices. You can put springs right here. That's going to make it pretty awesome looking, like a hot rod. Or of course you can put suspensions. So we are going to be putting that. It's going to be the suspension system of this awesome creation. Well, it's more, it looks every second more and more like the creation I just had. So this is on to the top of it. This is the engine. Actually, it has two engines. There's one right here. There's one right there. Backups to everything. You always want to make sure, especially if you're going into T-Rex land or off-road. You never know what kind of creatures you might find there. So after you're putting that in, here is the wheel itself. You're gonna navigate with that, and we're almost done here. Only thing missing is the finishing touch right in the back, and this is why I really needed this piece right here, because when you put it in, there we go. Now we have the light. So this is the police light right in the back of it. Now let's put the weapons. Have the police gun and binoculars. So now that we are actually done with this creation, we need to get the policeman right in there. Here we go. Have the dude who is the driver. He really doesn't want to get in here for some reason. He has no choice, does he? Okay, you're gonna be the driver. There, set him in. And the top guy right here. So next time there is criminals around, this guy is gonna go after them and arrest them, and he's gonna be the driver. So let me show you how it actually looks like once it's finished. This is an awesome looking off-road vehicle.